Okay, basically what I've got here is a wedge of spruce pine, and I've got my Gransfo axe. I've given it a good clout with it to split it, and I've made a hazel wedge, which I'm now going to keep tapping into the split until I can split this into 4, and then I'll show you a little bit more in a moment. So there's the splinter, and that's going to split this log. This is the Ramia's Bushcraft knife, and I'd like to show you a little bit about it. I've been splitting wood and playing with a knife today, or using the knife I should say, and I'd like to show you how easy it is to make feather sticks. The knife is such a pleasure to use, the shape of the handle and the sharpness of the blade, and I mean with very little effort to make a feather stick with this knife. It's just so simple. Take a little tiny bit at a time, twist the knife as you move around, and just make all those little tiny splits and cuts. You can make them as fine as you want with this blade. I just love the angle of the blade. I've used different types, and this one is just a real pleasure to use. Whether you're doing long strokes off your knee or off your arm, just pull the wood through your hand. And just look at that. Get them as fine as you can, and one simple spark will catch, and the fire will light immediately. Little fine splits. I mean, obviously it's a little bit awkward because I'm trying to point it at the camera to show you, but just look how easy that is. It'll just slice through with no effort at all. Obviously if I want to take bigger chunks, because the blade is so sharp, you can just make easy work of any job. I don't know, it's just a knife I've just come to enjoy using. So basically I've hung up all the other knives, and mainly I'm using my Gransfo axe and my Ramia's SWC Bushcraft. You should be aware by now that I'm not a hiker. I generally do everything with my quad bike, so I've never ever got to carry everything. It's all loaded up onto the quad. But I'd like to show you a little bit of my everyday carry, which I do take with me. Is fully kitted out. Basically around my neck I carry the Ramia's Bushcraft knife, and if we move to the front of the quad now, we can see that I've got a 3-ton winch. That is an Oblite water bottle. In there is my mess tins and my cooking equipment. Little bits of wood I use for making a batten, playing around making a spoon, and lighting my fires. I also carry a Gerber NATO shovel, multi-purpose tool it is, and we'll go around. I keep my big massive sandwich box on the back. Now in here I like to keep electric pump for the quad. I've got a poncho, I've got a Bivi bag, nice warm jacket. But most importantly, I've got my bug out bag. This is the bag I reach for when I'm going out. On the back, normally slotted in there, is my Bushcraft knife. On the opposite side is a Fenix TK11. Very good torch, really bright. This is a Max Expedition hard use gear. I believe they call it the organizer bag. In the front pocket, keep my wallet and some change. Obviously you can't go out without that. In the front, 2 pens. One's a normal writing pen, the other one's a marker pen. And there's a nice carry handle on the top. I'd like to open it up and show you what's inside. Inside I've got a folding mug. That came this morning. It's a new version because it's bigger. But it's perfect for your soups, your beans and anything else after you cook them. Also inside, I've got my backhoe saw, handy bit of kit, wet wipes, fragrance free wet wipes. You never know when you need a dump in the woods, or you need a wash, or even to clean your equipment. You can use them as plasters. They got such a multi-purpose, I just carry them everywhere. Down below that, I've got my Leatherman Tool Kit. That's the extra screwdrivers, bits and pieces. Spare batteries for my TK11 and a Leatherman charged TTI. You'll see that in many of my videos. Even my son pulling his tuff out with one. This little bit of kit by here is my oboe fishing line. I got the hooks and bits and pieces in there and enough line to do a nice little bit of fishing. Obviously in the front as well, there's a slot to put my iPhone. So yeah, I've got the iPhone and I've got many apps on there. I've got the SAS Survival Guide, tree identifications, and a couple of different other books to explain different bits and pieces and further your knowledge. This pocket here, I've got a fire steel. I also carry a lighter. And down in the bottom here is some rubber inner tube. Small slices to light fires. This is a new Trent iPhone charger. Basically it'll do 5 charges. So I'm never without power. There's a buff. Multi-purpose things as well for cleaning water, bandage, whatever else you need it for. Fully recommend a buff, they are absolutely fantastic. Paracord, a spork. I got a titanium spork. It's a fork one end, spoon the other end, and absolutely brilliant. And there's my Energizer head torch, which I use as well. Now bearing in mind this is my quick grab bag, and generally I've got everything in here I need to go out and have a good day's event. But like I said, I've got loads of stuff because I don't need to carry it. It's just all in the back of the quad. I'll move these out the way a moment, just to show you a little bit more inside my. I'll move them and show you a little bit more inside my sandwich box. Here's the Bivi Bag. It's Gore-Tex. I've got a full-size saw. Very handy. Grants 4 axe. Make short work of any job. I got some straps. Plenty of nylon paracord. Absolute loads of it. There's about 300 foot on there, I believe. More wet wipes. I'm a wet wipe freak. I got gaffer tape. I've got a bow drill set. No, that's not it. I've got a bow drill set. Here it is. This one's only done 2 fires, but I dried this out for a year and it done half spark up really quick. I've got a modified bow drill. Got some gloves. That's a poncho. And another tire inflator. Now in this bag here, I keep a first aid kit. And then I got the pump. And we got some fire lighters. And I got a puncture repair kit in there. And the rest of it's my gloves. Now if I'm going camping then, all I need to add into here is a little bit of food and my sleeping bag. and my hammock. That's it, just grab it and go. No packing needed, it's there and it's ready. This is the kit. I hope you enjoyed having a look around my quad and my kit. Keep learning. You can't beat knowledge. And this is my garden. This is all the area I got to play with. Stretches for miles and miles and miles. Come up here and get lost. Come up here and absolutely enjoy nature. Just a quick, simple couple of ideas, just to keep those brains of yours working. This is a bow. It's a simple bow. It's 3 pieces of hazel, and I just bound them together. There's your string. Obviously you could use a shoelace, bits of clothes, bits of cloth, loads of different things you can use. You won't get many shots out of it, but there's enough poundage in that, once you've made a reasonable arrow, to take out mostly everything you need. You'll take a rabbit out, take a pigeon out. Obviously you've got to practice, get your shots going. But yeah, that's it. That's a nice simple bow. No whittling involved. Just cut 3 lengths, touch them together, ready to fire. Pretty good poundage. Here's a piece of wood I collected off the mountain, and that will be whittled, shaped into a good bow. That'll be an ongoing project I can show you later on. Should be a little bit of fun making this one. I'm going to show you inside my cooking bag, which is on the front of the quad, and basically give you a look what's inside there. I keep a waterproof bag like this because I can also put food in. But here's my BCB mug. It's got so many purposes, absolutely fantastic. And also there's a matching cooker to go with the BCB mug. You can use the fire lighters on the market, you can use sticks, gel bags, everything. So when you don't really need a big fire and you just want to warm a tin of beans up, make a cup of coffee, make a cup of tea, that's what you use. Also, my mesh tins. These are also BCB, very good equipment. You've got your frying pan, you've also got your pot. There's a lid for the BCB mug. When you're cooking, it does cook that much quicker. And there is the new folding mug I bought. And to be honest with you, this is fabulous. This was designed for the Swedish Army. As you can see, it's a big mug. As you can see, it's quite a big mug, and you can fit plenty in here. Once you've warmed your food up in here, you can pour it into here, or you can have a cuppa on a brew, everything. And here's my hot chocolate. I generally take a bit of hot chocolate with me. It's a bit nice. And that's my little cook set. Simple.